Ladies and gentlemen, great day to be alive, baby. Great day to be alive. All right, so what I am going to be reviewing is an automation to help you save time, right? So the reason I came to this wanting to figure this problem out is because I have a potential client. We're gonna sit down after the holidays, and he was actually he was requesting for me to, instead of focusing on the inbound calls with the voice, he was asking if I could automate the chats and the inbound messages that come in through Facebook. Now, since I've met him, I've had a lot of tasks that I've had to complete, and I finally got across to the problems I wanted to solve for him. And I want to go ahead and, first of all, I found out how to do it. I learned how to do it. Now, by me teaching it, I learn it twice, right? So when you teach something, you learn it twice. Remember that. So whenever you teach something, you learn it twice. So the goal is for you to, if you're not aware of these strategies, if you don't know how to implement this, just understand that you're becoming aware of this. You're becoming aware of these strategies. You're becoming aware of these time-saving mundane tasks that business owners have to go through every day. The ones that are engaged in the social media space, the guys that actually see the value in marketing their business. Before I go too deep into that, I just want to emphasize, guys, there is a mentality shift that you have to adapt. And if you don't believe it's important to do so, I think you should pay attention to what happened with Blockbuster and countless other companies that I don't fucking that don't come to mind right now. But I know Blockbuster is one of them. I mean, I used to get movies from there, and all of a sudden they're freaking gone. Toys R Us, and there's a word that I learned years ago. It was fuck. It was obsolescent risk. Obsolescent risk, I believe. Let's look it up. So I give you guys the actual like textbook definition, and we'll go from there. Da, 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 da. Obsolescent. I don't even know how to spell it. Risk, meaning simple. All right, so and I'm gonna
Obsolescence risk.
obsolescence risk. Let's go ahead and hear it out.
Obsolescence risk refers to the chance that a product, service, or technology will become outdated or no longer useful, typically because newer, better options have become available. This can lead to decreased demand and potential losses for businesses that rely on the outdated item.
All right, so why do I bring this up? The reason I bring this up is because a lot of people, a lot of businesses are dealing with what's called obsolescence risk. A small individual with a little bit of knowledge can take over a complete market because business owners don't want to adapt to what's happening. And when it comes to first principles, right? If you're in business, you have to outreach. You have to reach out in order to get what you want. People don't just come to you unless you're in there's okay, people do come to you depending on the business model you're in, but um for the majority of businesses, you have to do some type of outreach. In fact, I would argue that even the businesses that have a decent amount of traffic coming in without them doing anything, they had to do something initially from a marketing perspective. They had to put a physical building, they had to brand, they had to they have to get a number, they have to put their business somewhere, whether back in the day, whether it was business cards, communicating, word to mouth, or social media. And it's not so much about the platform. It's not about the platform. It's about where the attention is. So it could be TikTok, it could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be in person. The point is, you need to put your business, you need to put your information in front of people, right? And if you're not putting your business, your services in front of people, you'll go out of business. And if you don't pay attention to where these people are, you're going to go out of business because I promise if you're not putting your business in front of them, somebody else is. So if you're not putting your business in front of them, somebody else is. Now, why do I bring this up? Because there's a couple things that you guys are going to actually learn. And what I want you to understand is try to change the mentality of selling the drill. Get in the habit of selling the whole, meaning you're selling the problem, right? You're selling the solution. And when I say selling the problem, you're selling the solution to the problem. So I like this analogy better. Try to sell the sizzle and not the steak. You're selling the sizzle and not the steak. But in this case, you want to get educated in what you actually have your hands on so the confidence could build. The confidence could build. What am I talking about? Well, I actually knew this stuff, but now I've implemented it for myself, and I want to show you how. So, if you are engaged in the media space, obviously you're gonna have a lot of inbound, and in this case particular, he owns a cell phone company, and they have a lot of messages coming in through people curious about wanting to fix their phone, how much it costs, hours of operation. I mean, I don't even know the line of questions they typically get, but I can almost guarantee that 60 plus, and I'm trying to be very conservative, 60 plus of these inbound messages are time wasters. So right now I have a rough draft because again, I'm not going to geek out too much until I see the money. However, I just that's all I have. That's all I have today. That's all I have, but I'm going to show you guys how to automate a response if somebody writes you a message showing interest on Facebook. Now, this could be used for Instagram, Google Business Profile, IG, LinkedIn, X. I mean, it doesn't really matter the actual um, platform, the technology, the back end, the pipes, the underground flows, the underground system is what's important, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how it works. I just tested it out and it worked great. This is a rough draft. It's not like the responses are not gonna make sense, right? So I gotta make sure to communicate that with my client and say, hey, go ahead and write me a message. Go ahead and write me a comment. And then they're gonna automatically see me responding without me actually responding. So my test to him is gonna say, go to this page and just write me XYZ. And then I have to customize it so it makes sense for him. That's the work that I have to do so that the test demo makes sense for him. And once he pays, then I start putting time, sweat, equity into doing it for him. So, how much would I charge for this? I think I could still keep it at the same rate. I don't want to tax. I want to keep it at a rate where it's not too much. You know, it's just another bill. You know, if they had to cut well, if they had to cut expenses, it's definitely not going to be this. And then I also want to build a relationship. I want to make sure that I build trust, that what I do for them is actually valuable, and then from there, they will come to me and say, "Hey, what else can you do?" Because I know I could do more. And I know the amount of time, energy, resources that I'm willing to put towards making sure that my client is okay. But they gotta pay. They gotta pay. So what are we gonna talk about? So here is the test. This is what I did. Is um all right, so these are clients that I was looking up, like potential people I was looking to work with. Um, I think I had the wrong thing up. Happen to know. Nah, this is wrong. Something's wrong here. Give me a second, guys. Because I gotta build this automation bot for them too. It's crazy because let me not get ahead of myself. Let me not get ahead of myself. Hold up. What just happened here? Second, guys. Bro, I get so excited about this shit. And here's the thing, man. I choose to no longer let the world around me slow me down. So I'm gonna keep sharing, and what, like I said, when I teach something, I learn it twice. So if anything, if worse comes to worse, and nobody watches this, I learned it twice, right? So now I'm more confident in sharing this with my customer, with my client, because me, I hunt in real life. I don't use these social media platforms for bitches. I don't use these dating sites for bitches. And when it comes to business, I'll meet a business owner in person. I'll shake a fucking hand. I'll walk inside the fucking business at whatever time, and I will speak to whoever I need to speak to. I'm willing to utilize these resources to expand my operation, but something I learned in the training recently was, bro, expand what operation? You should not look, check this out. I literally was running ads without having proof of what my process, meaning I proof as in I was doing it for myself, but I didn't have a proven like a system, like an onboarding system that if somebody said, yes, I want what you're offering, I could fulfill it in a very in a way that made sense. Right. So when you order something, obviously there has to be a fulfillment process. And I didn't, I was doing everything ass backward. But that doesn't mean that I was wrong. I was just doing everything ass backward. And finally everything is starting to fucking make sense. A, because I did it for myself. And I had the mentality of thinking that I had to implement that I had to I had this mentality like I had to be like I had to make money doing this myself versus doing it for other people. And that was the mental shift that I had. Is like I my weakness, and this is again back to the ass backward. So when I started this journey, I started with trying to have the the perfect, product and all this shit initially. But I just that stuff takes time. So I realized that with all this came me learning and developing, and I never really had an actual like product or anything that I could believe and stand on um as much as like people that have a brick and mortar. Like what I'm saying is like, okay, so when you start a business, you're committed, right? So like if you start a towing company, there's no way around it. You're in. And that's your identity. You operate a towing company. And my problem was I didn't necessarily have an identity within the business realm because I came in wanting to make money on the internet. And in that process, you learn skill sets required to make money on the internet. but you still need a product, you still need a brand, you still need an audience, you still need credibility, you still need trust, you still need a lot of stuff in order to get things rolling within that product, that service, that brand. And that takes time. So one of my biggest aha moments was, all right, so now, and this is years of training, me trying to figure this shit out. I like, all right, bro, I've been trying to figure this shit out for years, but what am I missing? And rather than going backward, I said, all right, hold on. Or rather than taking another fucking 10 years to try to perfect, uh, or put myself into massive debt and like, get a brick and mortar or like whatever, why not apply my skill set to business owners that need it? And that's powerful, man. When you have a skill set that people actually need, it's powerful. So I'm gonna show you how to frame this shit. So I went to a bogus Facebook. It's not bogus. It's an account that I've had for years, but it's not me, right? And I have this for testing purposes. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up my profile on Facebook. Right now, I'm like a consumer to my brand, right? So I want you to play this out. Imagine this is the customer going to your business. So this is the business. Hypothetically, act as if this is your business. So the customer is on your page. This is whatever, ABC roofing, right? It could be ABC towing. 1, 2, 3, you got to go. Whatever the fuck business that is. So the customer is on your business profile. And what I want you to do is act as if you're interested in their services. So I'm a customer, I'm interested. Yeah. Um, can you send me the 1, 2, 3 checklist you spoke about? This is sloppy. Again, I have to structure it, but this doesn't make sense. I didn't put anything about a checklist here. Let me, man, it's hard to explain how this works, but I got to explain it because if I can't explain it, I'm never going to be able to sell it. I have to simplify this. I have to simplify this. All right, so hypothetically, act as if a customer is on your page and they want to know about, they want that checklist that you have. But they send you this message at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, do you think that they are going to be waiting for you at 9 o'clock in the? They're going to be waiting for you all fucking day until you open the next business there, whenever the fuck you open up your phone again, for you to respond and then actually, send them a checklist, etc. No, obviously you are not gonna. You don't expect them to wait that long. You don't expect them to wait that long, and then on top of that, the if they did wait that long, it's like, bro, your delivery is awful, man. It's like I gotta get better with communicating this. It's like, okay, it's a mentality shift that has to change. It's like back, and I could use with girls. It's like the best way that I could teach. It's the best way. So, all right, think about it like this. Back then, they used to have this mentality of like when you meet a girl in the market, you meet her and shit, you don't text her that same day, like, yo, what's good? Let's link up. You gotta wait a couple days, let the fire cool down, let her think about you for a little bit. Like, damn, is he gonna hit me up? XYZ, you know what I'm saying? Build some type of pressure, some type of excitement around the connection. Then you hit her up. Yo, thought about you a couple times today. I'm gonna be at XYZ. Pull up. Wear something pretty. You know what I mean? Something like rough draft. So I'm gonna be at Outback around 7 to 8 o'clock. Wear one of your prettiest dresses that you have. I'll see you there. Right? So you have to. I kind of lost my train of thought now with this analogy. That's my problem, dog. My analogies get me. All right. So why did I use that analogy? You can use. Okay. So time frame. So okay, yeah. So when you meet a girl, back in the day, we had this mentality that you gotta wait a little bit before you respond. Because if you send her a text immediately, you thirsty. That's the mentality we had. Is like if you send her a text message, once you get it, once you get the number, you thirsty. You ain't got shit going on. You know what I'm saying? It's that mentality. So we had to acquiesce to the market. We have to shift. But now we have to change this mentality. We no longer are in a time where we could wait. There's too much going on. So you wait, and while you waiting, she's getting fucked by another nigga. So I put that now in business. While you waiting, that person is searching for another business in the area that could service them. Does that make sense? So we don't have time to wait. You have to communicate immediately. You have to respond as soon as somebody shows interest. As soon as somebody shows interest, you have to respond. Why? Because they are looking for that right then and there. You can't wait till 9, 10:30 in the morning the next day to get back to them. They've already been serviced. She already got the dick. She no longer wants you anymore. Somebody else approached her. She's now interested in somebody else. You gotta act, man. You gotta move fast in this world. You gotta act. You cannot fucking wait. This world, bro, we're in this fucking this government fucking we just the you know how they say like government moves slow? Very effective, but they move slow. You can't operate under that mindset. You gotta move quick, man. You gotta move quick. Capitalism at its best. You gotta move quick. Break shit, fix it later. Break shit, fix it later. Break shit, fix it later. Unless you have the infrastructure, unless you have the time, unless you have the resources to sit down and perfect everything and make sure everything is perfect before you go to market. And by the time you go to market, guess what? Obsolescence risk. You done learned so much that is irrelevant at the time in which you launched. So it's irrelevant. You got to move fast. You got to move fast. Speed to lead is what they call it. Speed to lead. As soon as somebody shows interest in your product, services, anything that you have, you got to respond to them. So how do we do that? Now I know my branding is ass, and I'm gonna fix all that because that's tertiary. If I would have chosen to say, wait, let me wait till my logo is perfect. Let me wait till the perfect name. Let me wait till I would have never been able to do this for you. I would have never had the skill set, the confidence I have to be able to help you with this. That's what I'm saying. You got to break shit, fix later. Break shit, fix later. Break shit, fix later. That's the only fucking way to move forward. And I'm tamed right now. I'm chilling right now. I want to make sure that I provide value and stay on track with you guys. And I'm not even smoke. I told y'all niggas, bro. That like I'm bro, I'm a problem when I'm sober, dog. I'm a fucking problem when I'm sober. And they're not ready for me, dog. They're not fucking ready for me. So let's make this shit happen. So how are we going to implement these tools into our day-to-day life? And here's the thing. I love when people come at me with excuses, lack of money. See, when somebody comes to you with saying like if somebody gives you a rebuttal saying, "Oh, I'm going to wait till," right? Or I don't have well, they usually don't say that. Business owners don't say that, but a lot of business owners will never tell you no up front. They'll make all the fucking reasons in the world rather than just say, "Nah, not something for me. I don't see the value in it. Not right now. I need to know a little more in order to see the value in it." Most business owners, they not real. You would think they are, but they're not. Why? Because um they're not in full control. There's people that have leverage over them, which takes away from the power that they actually have. But I'm gonna put that power back in your hands. I'm gonna put that power back in your hands by A, giving you time to focus on the things that matter. Time to focus on the things that matter, which will then give you what you need. Whatever that is, whether if you want more money, power, energy, fucking time with your family, more time to grow your business, travel, whatever the fuck. That's power for you. Does that make sense? That is power for you. So not everybody wants the same thing. But I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm the plug. Back in 2017, I created my email as the plug 2017. DAPLUG 2017 at Gmail. Go ahead and send me emails. Fuck it up. But I created that, and I want to say the lowest same time in my life, but it wasn't. It was the greatest time in my life. Physically, I was at the lowest, but mentally, I was more engaged than I ever been. I was more excited about education, and for some reason, I started letting that go because of lack of support. But thank God I didn't fully let go. This shit matters, guys, and you're in control. So, can you send me the 1, 2, 3 checklist you spoke about? Bam. Let me go ahead and send that out. So now this is a customer that just wrote that on my business page. Okay? What? Hi, I'm excited that you want to start your personal finance journey. Call, visit our website, get the checklist. All right, so let's now again, rough draft. None of this shit is, I did not clean this up. I didn't put the phone number here. I didn't put the link to the website. All this shit is sloppy. That's how organic this is. That's the least of the worries, dog. The technicals, I could clean that up easily. It's the functionality. It's the knowing that this could happen. Top-notch landscape and irrigation operates 24/7. If you ever want to share your experience, your feedback helps improve our service and assist others in making informed decisions. So, so obviously I don't have a checklist. I don't have a workflow. I don't have anything to send them. But I wanted to show this as an example, right? Imagine you own a phone company, or if you own let me think of some others. If you own a lawn care company, or if you own a tire shop, and somebody calls at 6, 7 o'clock when you're out of the shop. Now you and I know that everybody else is closed as well. Most people left. But you have the ability to at least stay in contact with this individual. So imagine you call them, or let's use Facebook in this analogy, in this example. So let's go back a notch, right? So let's say you're a customer and you want to reach out, you want to get your tires changed, but the tire shop is closed. As the customer, you reach out and you don't get a response. The customer is not me, the customer. I'm not going to wait for you. I need tires. Even though, as the customer, I'm saying I need tires. You, as the business owner, knows that everybody's closed and that motherfucker ain't getting tires today anyway. So you gotta wait till tomorrow. But guess who's gonna win that business? The person that talks to them. Hey, we're out of the office right now, but guess what? Pull up tomorrow at 9. I got you. Special if you mention this code right here, I'll take $5 off. Just make sure to come to the shop 9:30 tomorrow. I got you. This is me just freestyling. But what we don't see is the opportunity lost. Right? We see the revenue, we see what's happening, we see what's on the surface, but we don't see what we're missing from what we already have. Right? So my problem was I started this and I didn't have shit. So I had to build education because that's where it starts for me. Everybody right now has things that to me are not interest. I'm not interested in what people have right now because they're in debt. They don't know how to maintain it. They have to do unethical things to keep it running. Not me. You got to start with a good foundation. And you got to sacrifice to do that. And it starts with education. The more you know, the less leverage somebody can have on you. The more you know, the less leverage somebody could have on you. Now, I know this is rough. Believe me, I didn't. The goal in this was to show the functionality. It wasn't to perfect it. Because again, I don't have a fucking checklist, right? And I haven't trained this bot specifically to handle the queries that would come to this business. I'm super unorganized and not the best when it comes to creativity, brand creation, stuff like that. It's just not my strength. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna delegate that. I need somebody with that side, that time. Like, yo, y'all fuck with that. That's what I like. This is what I need. That's what I like. Does that make sense? But for for those of you that want to implement this, what I want you to do is join my school community. And there I will give you a more condensed, a more organized format on how to do this. Now, if there's two different camps, there are business owners and there's consumers, producers, consumers. If you are in the camp of wanting to make money with this skill set, if you want to learn how to do this for business owners, make sure to write that in the message. Send me a DM letting me know I would like to learn how to do this for others. And if you're a business owner that doesn't have the time to do this for yourself or learn this for yourself, then send me a DM sending with the word do it for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a questionnaire with basic details I need from you and your company to confirm that A, you're active, you're a good fit for me and what I got going on, and we could actually help solve your problems. So when I get the answers back from this questionnaire, I will then begin working and start making it make sense for your business. But I want you to remember the mindset I said of business owners. If they say, I don't have the time to learn, that's where you come in. That's opportunity right there. Because it's not about the skill set. See, like when somebody tells me they don't have the time, I think they're ignorant because what I'm quite literally selling is time. I'm trying to replace the mundane bullshit task that you have to do every day that's stealing your time or money because you have to delegate and pay somebody to do it. Either you're doing it or you're paying somebody else to do it, or you use my software, you use my tools. And that's what we're here for. So, with that being said, guys, if you have any questions, make sure to join my school community. The link is going to be in the description section. It's going to say want to damn, give me a second. It's going to say something about discipline. Want to be disciplined? Question mark school community. Click on that and from there send me a DM. And in that DM let me know, are you a business owner wanting someone to do this for you? Or are you a consumer? Are you an entrepreneur wanting to do this for other businesses? Regardless, it doesn't matter to me. I will show you whichever route you want to take. If you want to learn how to do it yourself, I got you. If you want me to do it for you, I got you. Keep growing, keep developing. Remember, this is nonstop. Let's go.